Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Cryptos 5 coming at you once again. Um, and I guess this time, following the Adages um, episode that I did, I came across a saying from Adam Savage. He said, I reject your reality and substitute my own. Now, so back to the same sort of subject, like, okay, what is your reality? What is your life? How do you um, manage disabilities? How do you um, go in another way? I mean, since we can't go in the way that normal people go in, we have to find a back door or a side door or a adjacent door that's open for us. On myself, um, when it comes to, for example, music, I had to, because of my cerebral palsy, I had to modify my technique. And thank goodness for that, I had a gentleman by the name of Joe Ray Phillips, who was my professor at the time, who taught me a little trick. Because my fingers are always parallel to the strings, it's a little bit harder to play with my fingers. And so, he taught me a trick with a thumb pick to where I would put it all the way back here rather than at the beginning or at the end of my thumb. And so, that shifted the tension from my fingers to my wrist. As such, the um, range of motion changed. So that's an adaptation to my, the technique in music. Um, my question to all of you is that what techniques have you been taught to, and different methods to do certain things that all of us take for granted? Let's say washing the dishes, or for those of us who know phys- uh, as far as the mental portion of it, know how to do carpentry, for instance. I mean, I have very hard time with that because two things. Number one, I was never taught how to do this. Two, certain tools and I do not agree. Hand tools, for instance, yes. However, anything with electricity involved, no. I have no control over my right hand as far as coordination goes. So, working with, for example, a reciprocating saw or something of that nature, um, it's not really a good idea. But that's just one example of a profession or a necessity that we have to deal with. Those of us, or those of you who may be renting a house, maybe renting an apartment, and let's say want to be painting a room or something along those lines. Um, and so, I'd like your thoughts on the adaptation process. What particular methods have you used within your realm, within your world of disability, and within your own reality? Because my reality is entirely different from hundreds of thousands of people with disabilities, and some realities I've read about I could never imagine stepping into. And those of you who have kind of a, I guess you could categorize this as more severe than myself, um, I couldn't even step a toe in there. Um, but yeah, going back to different realities and different techniques, um, I'd like your thoughts on it as far as um, what the idea that you came up with, how you implemented the idea, how it's used, what tools you used to, um, in conjunction with the adaptation. And so, in my case, a lot of this is uh, with my vision, for instance, the adaptation is obvious. You have certain AI programs like Perplexity, ChatGPT. You have certain iOS and programs, for example, like Be My Eyes and Ira, which allow me to be able to see price tags. Um, Basically, those particular programs use the uh, rear lens of your camera as reference, and so what you can't see, the other person on the line can. They can, read the price tag to you. My particular subject, however, I guess you could say is quote unquote manual adaptation, involving, let's say physical tools and psychological ideas that you've come up with in the past or present that have helped you manage the disability and helped you be able to improve on it. And it's a hard thing to pin down. It truly is. There are many techniques that I've been taught over the years that I never even thought possible, and so it's it's a hard thing. But once again, I greatly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate your time. If you would hit the like and subscribe button to the channel, that would also be appreciated. Also, as mentioned previously, I'm more than willing to talk with you on any video program that exists, whether that be FaceTime, Google, Facebook, and so on. But for now, Cripple Toast 5 signing off. Thank you.